spending our second day in Paris on this perfect June day, and behind me we have the Eiffel Tower.
We just passed under this beautiful bridge with two gold statues at each side. The reason the statues are there are because this is a single arch bridge. There's no support in the center, and they needed something to weigh the bridge down on each of the banks to provide support.
Here we have a neighborhood in France of houseboats. And this boat right here, you can see that little red car on the end is an amphibious vehicle. It goes in the water and it also goes on roads. But there's 200 of these houseboats on the river that people live in.
Right now we're passing by the Musée d'Orsay, and you notice the huge clock tower here, and then there's a matching clock tower further down. And why are there two clock towers? Because it used to be a train station. And in fact, if you look in between the towers, it does look a lot like a train station. But now it's a museum. And it's the annex of the Louvre, and this is dedicated to Impressionist art. We're passing in front of the Louvre now, and we will be for several minutes. It begins here with just a massive tower, and it extends all the way down there as far as you can see. It's absolutely gorgeous and massive. As you know, Ann and I live in New York City. We think the Metropolitan Museum of Art is like the biggest museum around. Well, it may be the biggest in New York, but it's just a small part of this.
We're coming up to what in English is called the Love Bridge. And people used to come here and they would put a lock on and then throw the key in the river to show their love. But 5 years ago, they had to take all the locks off because the bridge was getting too heavy. But I'm really glad I got to come here and see the Love Bridge, the Heart Bridge.
We're going by the La Conciergerie. This was the former residence of French kings before Versailles and before the Louvre. And you can see the architecture dates back hundreds of years.
It's also where Marie Antoinette was locked in jail.
We're motoring by the most expensive apartment in Paris. It was built by or designed by the architect who designed Versailles, and I guess maybe this was a dry run.
And it sold 2 years ago for 200 million euro.